All right. I do not know if that will work. Okay, well. Let's see here. Okay, so it's not going to work that way. Sweet. God dang it. So my tablet isn't charged. So I'm not able to watch on my tablet while it's charging, so I might as well just leave it uncharged and then just work this way so I can watch it on my phone. So what I'm going to do is going to work on some, not on some, but like work on a design. What is that? Like, I don't want the frame on there. I don't want that on there. That's not what I want, so we don't want to do that. So we don't have a template. There we go. All right, that's how I wanted it. Okay. So I need to create like 1 or 2 more stickers for PhoenixCon, and I love having matching stickers with my prints. So like, you know, if you like Mothra, there's a Mothra sticker to go with the Mothra print. I don't know that I'm gonna have time to create more than a handful of these, if that at all. Like, I tried starting to work on chapter 3 this week, like just last night actually, and I didn't I didn't get very far on it. Part of me was thinking of just doing this for a Godzilla sticker. Let's see here. Like just going in and grabbing like this Godzilla and this Godzilla, and or okay, with just one, right? So this one was all flattened. I think there's one that's yeah, Godzilla black and white. But I mean, it wouldn't really work because the Godzilla it's got like the helicopter in front of him. So like, who keeps falling over? Freaking Natty. So I'm not drawing on the actual picture. Like all these layers are locked. Wait, what the hell's going on? What? That's weird. Okay, so like, I could basically cut him out, right? And then add more of a tail. But then I'd have to get rid of the helicopter right here. So I'd have to redraw that, like this portion of the tail. And I mean, that's feasible. I'm not going to do that. But I'd kind of like something in a similar pose, right? Like you want something that's a little action oriented, but at the same time, like, why is this like an update? I don't like this. That's so weird. I wasn't going to stream today, and I had a really rough day at work. First half of my day was just, and it started out normal enough, but then around 10:30, 11 o'clock rolled around, and I took a call that was very difficult to deal with and hear some of the things this person said. So, I had to step away, and fortunately, my lunchtime was coming up, and I was able to kind of compose myself afterwards and get back to work after that. See, like, I don't know that I like this stuff, like, right? Like, that's the other thing about, like, these pens. Like, I really need to get more of these, like, stencils. Stylus tips, because they kind of like scratchy a little bit, but I also need to get that, like, tablet screen cover that has, like, the toothy, like, that, I mean, it's still clear, but it has, like, like, it feels like you're drawing on paper, not like you're drawing on, like, a plastic surface with another plastic thing. Like, I could do like a cute Godzilla. I mean, I have done some cute stickers, so it's not completely out of the ordinary. But I was talking to my sticker guy, and I was just like, hey, can you get some sticker, well, like, if I turn in some stickers to you, would you be able to get them done in a couple of weeks? And he's like, yeah. And then I was just like, I really only have one sticker, like one sticker that I want to turn in, right? Like, I have a bunch of what I call my Coochie Coochie Girl stickers, like, or my Coochie Coochie stickers. Like, they're some of them are like PG-13, some of them are not, safe for work kind of thing. And um, I don't know that I like necessarily want to do those stickers that much anymore, just because they don't they haven't really sold that well for me, right? So it's like if they haven't sold that well, then why, like why continue to do them? I enjoy drawing like risque stuff every once in a while, like just get like kind of get out of the system. But um, I remember a conversation I had with a friend several years ago, and he was just like, I had already started doing the Bubba Patrol and everything, and he had asked like why I had stopped drawing so much like TNA and like NSFW stuff, and I was just like, I'm working on this other stuff, and his response was, it was weird because it wasn't like not remotely like why I stopped doing it, and he was like, well, you're doing this like kids book now, and with all due respect to anybody else, like I can't stand it when somebody calls the Bubba Patrol a kid's book, because it's not a kid's book. Like it is one of the most heartfelt things I've ever worked on, and it is family friendly, but it's all ages. It's not a kid's book. And somebody might ask, well, like, what's the difference? Well, the difference is like a Pixar movie versus like Dora the Explorer, right? Or uh, uh, Pet Patrol, or not Pet Patrol, Paw Patrol versus a um, a Pixar movie, right? Like a Pixar movie, like kids can watch it and enjoy it, adults can watch it and enjoy it and get like meaning out of it. Like that's the whole point of the Bubba Patrol. It was like a therapy for me, and it was me doing something I loved in creating comic books and telling a story about my dogs, who are incredibly meaningful in my life. Getting to give them a spotlight and everything. But I mean, that's kind of the secondary point of it. The guy was just like, "Oh yeah, because you're doing this like kids book," and I was just like, "Yeah, no, that's not the reason. I don't want to get pigeonholed into just that I do like TNA stuff." Um, Give me a second here. My dad just texted me, so uh, sorry. My dad was just checking in on me because he was who I called like right before my lunch and told him about what happened. And so he's checked in on me a couple of times today since then. Um, but yeah, like so my friend at the time was just like, yeah, I guess, only so many people can, make money doing, cheesecake stuff. And he listed like two of his I think one of them for sure was like one of his favorites, and I don't know if the other one is like the other creator is a favorite for him or not. Like ultimately it doesn't really matter. It's not part of the reasoning or whatever. And he's like, yeah, well, like Brian Polito and like Dan Mendoza. And I'm like, I mean, there are a lot of other people who make a living drawing NSFW and like cheesecake and stuff like that. I don't want that to be what I am known for, right? Like I don't want um I don't want NSFW stuff to be like what I make my name on. If I do it and I do commissions and, there's some cheeky stuff in some of the books that I do or what have you, that's a totally different thing, right? Um, but I don't want it to be that like, oh, here comes that guy who, that's all he does um, is like, smut or whatever. I'm not judging that at all. Like, I honestly, I hate the fact that I have to like, do the thing where I say I'm not judging that because it's just like, okay, well, it should be obvious. Um, I mean, if that's, your bread and butter, if that's what you want, like that's cool. Like I've had some customers who, have either commissioned me to draw stuff um that's either NSFW or they'll buy like original art that I already have that's, available. That's like, risque or what have you kind of thing. Um, so you kind of like the body pose on this, right? Like I love him looking up. I just don't know that it's, a sticker, right? Let's see. So then we put pictures. Oh, crap. That's right. Okay. So we'll just put it here. Godzilla 1. All my sticker designs are uh, in a like portable hard drive. So let's see. Godzilla 2. All right. Hmm. Okay. This is actually like a version of a piece that I did that when I went to Gathering of the Ghouls, it was pretty great. Like there were a group of people that came up, family or friends or what have you, and they were looking at like my original artwork. And the only kaiju stuff that I had at that point was just my Gamera and my Mothra. And in terms of prints and stickers, and um, this young woman came up and she was like looking at my designs and looking through like my sketchbook with my original art, and um, she like saw the Godzilla of him like peeking his head out of the water, and she was just like, oh my god, that's awesome. And I had another one of that same design, but at the same time it was very not not bad, but it was very um it wasn't like the same level. And she was just like, oh my god, that's really cool. I will let me think about it and I'll like come back. And the really neat thing is like you hear like as a designer or as an artist and stuff like that, you hear that so often, like I'll be back, and people don't come back, right? Like it's one of those things where you just kind of have to like stomach it, right? Like you have to just deal with it. Um, but not even 5 minutes later, like she just like walked back and she's just like, yeah, I gotta get that. And I'm like, all right, let me get you a print bag and I'll pull it out for you. Just, um, but the neat thing that I've seen recently with respect to my, especially like original art, is people not like balking at the prices, right? Like seeing it, like if I've marked it down, I've marked it down. That's fine. Like if it's something I've had for like a really long time, I have no qualms about like marking it down. Or if it's something I don't feel is like tremendous quality anymore, like I'll mark it down. Like, oh, low battery. There we go. Cool. So I've noticed like I haven't had as many people like just balk at prices anymore for original art. Like at Free Comic Book Day, which was really really cool. There was the like my first sale was a guy who came up and he had read the one shot of Pleasant Falls that came out in 2023, and he had picked it up um, at at I think at Space Monkey, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and so like I told him about the new chapter that was at the printer, and also the um, here's like chapter one, and um, while the God, why am I having such a hard time talking right now? Um, the the story you read in the one shot, it's like all canon, like it's all part of it, but it's not part of like the script, right? So like if you really really dug the the one shot, then you're probably gonna love like this piece, you know. So I kind of want to make this boat like really big, right? But then I guess I can just make the shoulders coming out because it doesn't make sense that this boat would be that big. Because in -1, dude is like way bigger, yeah? And I mean, I guess I can do like a, like the water going off to the side kind of thing. And there being like the wake coming off of the boat. But I just loved how utterly massive Godzilla was with respect to everything. Like I think this is supposed to be the biggest he's gotten, or she. I mean, they kind of still haven't uh, really talked about whether or not Godzilla's male or female, um, except in the '98 American um, version. the American movie from 1998, where there were all these like baby Godzillas running around because Godzilla had like formed a nest in like the New York City sewers. But it also didn't make any sense because like how would like obviously Godzilla is like reptilian in nature, so Godzilla would have to crap would have to would be cold blooded, right? So that's fun. Hey Dustin, I just decided to like work on like a couple of sticker designs. So I wanted to see if I could, you know, crank out something Godzilla-esque. And I kind of have an idea of a variation of this. So, um, and then what we'll do is we will, oh, that's right. I can't see any of that. That's so weird. Okay, so save that. Why won't that duplicate layer? Then we turn that one off. We're gonna lock that one. And this one we're gonna do open. And then we're gonna move Godzilla up. And we are gonna so this one I'm gonna like on this layer, moving him up like this, Dustin, I'm gonna like see if I can do like a really good effect of, or not a good effect, but like if it looks better where he's like hovering a little and his mouth is open. I realize like from this angle he kind of looks like a little bit like the creature from the Black Lagoon. But I have that uh, what do you call it sticker, the Team Good Boy and Granny Tamale Company sticker design, and that was going to be the only sticker that I was going to be turning in for this show. But I love having like stickers that go coincide with um, like the prints that I have, because if somebody's just like, oh, I love that Mothra print, and Mothra is my favorite, so I'm gonna get the Mothra sticker as well. Let's see, like I don't know that I like that. I've also only watched, how many movies have I watched from that collection that I bought? I've watched four. I watched The Next Karate Kid, which is, I know you love that movie, but it is god awful. Like, I think the only Karate Kid that's worse than that one is the one with Jaden Smith, which we don't talk about. I've never seen that one, but yeah, it's pretty bad. Karate Kid 3 is really bad as well, but um, for a lot of other reasons, but it also got onto riff tracks because of how bad it is. Okay, so we're going to turn this guy off. So he's going to have like a smaller beak. I think I saw like the first 3 seasons. Um, yeah, I think up to was the one where the kid got thrown over the balcony and like went into a coma or whatever. The last one I remember seeing was when Johnny was on the beach and he chucked the phone and like it went off and Allie was calling. That was the last one that I saw. And then I think that's when I think when I had Netflix, or did it go to Hulu? It went to whatever it was. But like the first 2 seasons were um, when we're on YouTube, when YouTube had their premium weird like television service, like what was it, YouTube Red or whatever, which is funny because Xvideos has a Red subscription premium service too. So I think I'm just overthinking this. So we are gonna stick with this. I like this. I think this works. I have to figure out a way to um, maybe, okay, so I have to figure out a way to make him a teeny bit bigger just so we get the nose above that. But then also, yeah, it was, but I think there was something else where like Johnny's kid also um, I don't know, man. Like all I remember is like now I guess and it's probably already happened where they like the Cobra Kai kids have been like recruited by Kreese and I think they brought the guy from number 3 back. The guy with the greasy ponytail. Um, oh wait, you can't. I mean, you can do that with a pencil, but eh. See here, tapered pen for effective. Ew, I don't like that. Let's see here. Okay, well that'll work for like scales and stuff, but that won't work. Let's see here. Turnip. doesn't feel like my art. I mean, I ain't ever gonna go back and watch it, so it's fine. Mm. I mean, it's not like when I was at the toy show and this girl came up and she started talking about um, Chainsaw Man, and then she just goes in and she tells me all the characters who died, and I'm just like, thanks. Okay, so that needs to be way bigger. God, like, there we go. Let's see. There we go. The thing that was hilarious about Karate Kid or about Cobra Kai is this idea that the Mid Valley Karate Tournament, losing the Mid Valley Karate Tournament, like sent Johnny into a downward spiral that he never recovered from and turned Daniel LaRusso into this like success, but also kind of turned him into a douchebag. Like, oh, you don't? That's too bad. It was phenomenal. I remember seeing the first, was it the first movie? Yeah, it had to have been the first movie because we were doing the crane kick all the way to the parking lot after that. Um, I also think it's funny. Like, okay, so you have Ralph Macchio, who is like one of the least athletic human beings on the planet. Like, you just see the way he like does his kata and like he does like his kicks and delivers the what was the drum technique from part two. I know you said you didn't see it, but like, so like part one is the crane kick, part two is the drum technique, part three is kata, where he learns the kata, and like kata is like early on when you're learning like martial arts, which is interesting, especially with like karate. Um, and so like he learned the kata, um, and that's how he beats karate's bad boy Mike Barnes. Karate's bad boy Mike Barnes, who somehow gets into the All Valley Karate Tournament despite in spite of not being a resident of Reseda, which is like, how does that happen? Plus, like, he's in like Black Belt magazine or whatever, so it's like this guy is obviously not a teenager. But then again, Ralph Macchio was like 800 years old. Um, and then in the next Karate Kid, like Hilary Swank, like if you thought Ralph Macchio was uncoordinated and unathletic, then wait until you see Hilary Swank try to do like a jumping front kick. Like, it's just so bad. I gotta check Riff Tracks to see if they actually have like um if they have the next Karate Kid on an episode, because like I would love to watch that shit. I also sent all the prints off to the printer. But I didn't send the Freddy print because I kind of didn't like the pose. I didn't feel like it was dynamic enough, you know. So there you'll have him with the boat, and then, you know, of course you put nice thing about when you, oh snap, I don't have that one on. I really love the vector erase tool, um, because you can like make, as long as you're on a vector layer, you can do all this like really cool stuff. And if you make a mistake, like, okay, like say like that, then you just hit your erase button, and then you can just take that off without having to erase the whole line, and worry about messing up the line that you already have, right? Sometimes it gets a little dangerous. Like what I used to do is I used to draw on like separate layers. Like if I knew I had to have like an intersecting section or something, then I would, you know, draw it on a separate layer, but and then I was able to like erase off of one layer to get like the combined um, the combined effect of both layers together, kind of thing, if that makes sense. Okay, so then we do that. So Zilla lines. Okay, then we do that, and we do boat lines. Cool. Mm-mm-mm. Ba 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 ba. Turnip pen. Okay. Yeah, see that? That doesn't work. Okay. No, wait. I want that one. That's good. Okay. Well, let's see here. Why? Okay. Okay. So then, okay, we trade off the Zilla lines, and we do multiply boat flats. Okay. Let's put that over there. Okay. I don't care that this boat looks pretty basic. That's fine with me. Let's see. Darken that bad boy up. Karate's bad boy, Mike Barnes. Nope. Nope. Okay, so that's not it. Okay, and then we do goofy that, and goofy that. Okay, and then we do, what's this? Okay, so we do. Whoop, no! Dang it. It's the perfect color too. Okay, so then like make it darker. I think that's it. There we go. Change that to that. All right. So then oh, that's a nice one. All right. Okay, so then we do that. Nope. Multiply that. All right. All right. So that and that and that. Okay. So then we got the Zilla lines. Okay. So then, all right. So classic Godzilla is like, okay, so then we're gonna do Zilla flats. Okay, bam. Ooh, nope. Where does it? Oh, it escapes off the side. Okay. Ugh. So that it would still do the entire thing. Okay. So then we go back over the Zilla lines, and so then we have cool. All right. So then we're gonna take the boat off. Boat lines. Wait, do we kind of need? Okay, so then we can just grab this. All right. So put the boat lines back in. Okay, so then we know where boat lines go. Okay. Boat colors. Did you get more root beer? Zilla lines. Okay, so the Zilla lines. All right. Sounds fancy. Oh, that's why it's doing that. Okay. I was like, what the heck is that? Because I was on the wrong color. Okay. So the boat flats. That. That. So the boat lines. Okay, so then okay. All right, so then cool. So boat lines. Nope. I don't know what the point of doing those is necessarily. Oh no, that's that one. Okay. So then we do that and that. And then we will have to do those as normal. And then we will have to take the boat lines above both of those. Oh, because that line is, yeah, ugh, okay. Got it. Got it, got it. All right. I mean, it kind of looks cheesy right now, but maybe I'll be able to make it better. I have no idea. At the very worst, at the very worst, it is just kind of a thing, you know, like just a practice of stuff. On my last stream, I got like another couple of followers, so now I'm up past the 220 mark, which is pretty crazy in my mind. I mean, because that, like, does that look like Godzilla? You know, I guess if we do like his fin. And then you turn that off. Yeah. Then we do Zilla tones. Oh man, I'm probably not gonna last very long. Ugh, just exhausted. Crazy, crazy day at work. On the positive side of things, this week I did take a look at applying at Bento Box, the company that does animation for shows like Bob's Burgers. Um, wasn't so much for a position there because they didn't have any open positions, but they had like it was like a letter of interest kind of thing, which is kind of cool, you know. And the form that you filled out when you submitted your, your interest, included questions like, what would you say are some of your influences for wanting to work in the animation industry? And of course, like Batman the Animated Series, X-Men 92, um, and I forgot to list like Miyazaki and stuff like that. But I did talk about like Akira and Chainsaw Man and just some of the like other anime and manga that I've been reading and stuff. Oh, and I watched a really, really goofy horror movie this weekend on. I don't know if it's exclusive to Screenbox, but it was called Super Hot. It was about this pizza delivery girl who um, has a crush on her next door neighbor who's going away to college. Um, and and so her and like her equally like nerdy loser friends um, end up like trying to these look terrible. Um, Go to the sorority where her crush is, and they inadvertently stumble across um, like a coven of like they're vampires. Oh, that looks sweet. And so this like Van Helsing guy shows up, and he's like the great grandson of Van Helsing, the original Van Helsing, and his name is Warren Van Helsing. And like, I don't know if they're actually going to get a sequel, but if they do, it'll be pretty funny because they're like, Warren and Sam will return in Van Helsing. Because like one of the kids is like really gets into like hunting the vampires, and the story like isn't over because like they let somebody get away. Um, so they have to like the story is like they have to keep going after them kind of thing. So I mean that's like flats for this. Oh wait, let me put that put that on there. So then what I can do is I can play with, like tones a little bit, and there's Zilla flats. We gotta, no, undo that, whatever the hell that is. Um, Zilla lines, boat flats, that's the water. All right, it's the boat lines. All right. Yeah, and then I can like do some like highlights and shit like that, but then it just like drop that background out. I don't know. I was gonna do like a scroll underneath him that just said like king or something like that. Like, eh, I don't know. We'll see. But either way, I think that's it for right now. I'm fucking balls exhausted after that day of work. Um, I will not, of course, be on tomorrow. I've got a hangout sesh with some people. But hopefully I'll like get back on Thursday because I would like to work on some more stuff. I tried to, like I said, I tried to like start working on chapter 3, but like I don't know that like I don't know if I'm not ready or if I just need to bounce to like different pages to start working on because like I could not thumbnail or half size rough for the life of me. So, on that note, thank you for joining me, Dustin. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.